What's the most uncomfortable question you can ask someone? How come I wasn't invited? Weren't you pregnant? A non-pregnant woman, how far along she is? Why does everyone hate you so much? At a job interview, do I have to do a drug test? Have you seen our toothbrush? Are we still friends? Did you bathe properly today? I saw an old high school acquaintance at a club once. She had always been super skinny in HS, but this night she had a very pronounced belly. I assumed since she had always been skinny and only had grown in her belly that she was pregnant. She was not. Editing this after my BF insisted that I tell the whole story. I can't remember exactly how I asked her, but she replied in a half laugh that she wasn't pregnant. Me, thinking she was joking, replied, "Oh, just a big lunch then?" while patting her stomach. Then I laughed and walked away. My cousin later told me what I had done and informed me that she had a 1-year-old and hadn't lost her baby weight. I will never do that again. Are you uncomfortable? Why are you so quiet? Depends on the person. For a lot of women, it's, "So when are you guys going to have a baby?" To the gay couple, which one of you is the girl/boy? Can you tell me something about yourself? What do you think of me? No, where are you actually from? What kind of debt are you in? Do you think your friends ever regret meeting you? Tell me about yourself. Windows has decided to shut down. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hey, we need to talk. This is the worst, especially over text. Do you have a sister by chance? Why does no one love me? On a scale of 1 to 10, how pretty do you think you are? It's bad because if you give yourself a high score, they'll assume that you're egotistical, and if you give yourself a low score, they'll either assume that you're insecure or that you're fishing for compliments. Well, apparently it's taboo to talk about how much money you make or anything about your financial situation, unless you're really rich, so that seems to make people pretty uncomfortable, in the US at least. When are you going to get married/have kids? Can we become best friends, after meeting for 3 days? Why do people do that? Why is that clown following you? Why do you have cut marks on your arm? Hey, can we have a talk about your search history? What color underwear are you wearing right now? Have you ever considered plastic surgery? Why don't you have any children? I was a chronic miscarrier. My son is a super duper miracle. I was telling someone about some good news I had recently gotten and they said congratulations, but someone overheard only the last bit and immediately jumped to, "Wait, are you pregnant?" in front of a bunch of other people. Never ask someone if they're pregnant. Wait until they tell you. Otherwise you could make things super awkward if they are pregnant but they're not ready to tell anyone, they're trying but haven't been successful yet, etc. To someone you kind of know but don't live with. Do you know you talk in your sleep sometimes? Is it cool if I shoot some smack real quick? Best results at family gatherings. Where'd you get that watch? While you're standing next to someone at the urinal. What happened to your arms? Did you fall off your bike? Did you get burned? Is that contagious? No fuckers, it's called psoriasis. I'm sick of wearing long sleeve shirts in the summer, okay? Just stop asking people about their appearance. It's not that hard to mind your own damn business. When are you due? It's not uncomfortable when the woman is pregnant, but when she isn't, well. Can I talk to you about Jesus? My 35-year-old husband was battling brain cancer. He had lost all movement on his left side and was completely bedridden. When we had to go to DR's appointments, we would have to hire a wheelchair van with a driver. My husband also slept all the time due to the location of his tumor, but often would wake up having heard what was going on around him. The driver asked me what his prognosis was. And I just thought, what a thoughtless question. You are literally asking me how long until he dies, in front of him. I just told her we don't talk about those things. I was so mad. Some dude to me on Discord, "How big are your boobs?" I'm a guy. How old you think I am? For me, it's when I'm interviewing for a position and they see that I was with a former agency for 12 to 13 years and they ask me why I left that agency. Makes me very uncomfortable because I failed a 10-year background investigation because I smoked weed while vacationing in Jamaica on 2 separate occasions over the span of nearly 10 years. Long story short, I was forced to resign. Did you remember to turn the stove off? I always thought asking a soldier how many kills they have is the absolute worst thing you can ask. My sister and I are adopted, and someone once asked my mom, in front of us, how much did they cost? I'm not sure if this could be considered as an uncomfortable question. But yeah, it was awkward. Grinning face with sweat. To a teenager. So are your pubes fully grown? Asking an introvert, why are you so quiet? Indian aunties have nailed this. Or beta, what is your salary? Haven't you got a little healthy lately? Translation, fat. Oh, is that a zit on your face? How much did you score in board exams? When are you getting married? When are you making me a grandma? If there was an Olympic category for uncomfortable questions, Indian aunties would win it. So many of you guys are hinting incest at auntie-grandma transformations. In India, every female of a certain age is an auntie, and every female of a certain age to your kid will be his grandma. It ain't got no rules, so keep your Alabama in your pants. What about me seems interesting? I never know how to respond to a question like this. This one popped up out of nowhere during a lunch with a group of friends. Dude just asks me out of the blue, you don't like me, do you? No prompting. No conversation leading up to it. The only thing I can even think of is that in the days leading up to it, I told him I didn't want to go LARPing and told him no when he invited himself over to spend the night at my wife's and my apartment, so he would be that much closer to the LARPing location. For reference, he lived maybe 15 minutes away from us and LARPing was maybe 45 minutes to an hour from there. We had only met him a few times total at this point as a friend of our friends. To answer the question, I mean yeah, you make me uncomfortable inviting yourself over and being pushy/guilt-tripping about things. But let's not make a scene at lunch, bro. What are your 5 biggest hopes, dreams, fears, and regrets? Went on a camping trip with a friend of mine and her friend who I just met that day. We had a few-hour car ride. I was sitting in the back seat, and I just happened to be a chill, quiet person who keeps to myself. She proceeded to ask me, why are you so quiet? Were you abused as a child? Were your parents overbearing and outspoken so you stay quiet? Bitch, I've barely known you half a day, chill TF out. Can I suck your toes? Are you happy with who you are as a person? You ever find clumps in your period blood? What's that on your teeth? You know how cute you look through your bedroom window, right? How old do you think I am? Coming from someone who looks 100, but is much younger. What are those marks on your wrist? I see you dumped that loser husband. Good for you. He died 2 months ago. When you're in a large group setting like a dinner, one person calls you out with, why are you so quiet? Then the whole room focuses on you. Fuck. After losing my son when he was 3 months old from a rare genetic condition, when are you going to have more children? Nah, go fuck yourself right now, lol. Actually, the Canadian in me would say, I don't know yet. Seriously, if someone loses a child, don't ask them when they're going to have more children, it's none of your business. Why did you unfollow me on Instagram? How long is your butt supposed to leak after anal? Wow, you are very exotic looking, was your dad a GI? Whenever I mention my friend who killed themselves, maybe 40% of the time people respond by, how? Please don't ask, I know you're curious, but it gives me flashbacks to that day all over again, and I'm not going to subject myself to a bad day for that. As a cello instructor, could you spread your legs slightly farther, please?